Good day, teachers, school heads, and education leaders. Welcome to this policy briefer on the guidelines on lesson planning and learning design. For many years, teachers have used various types of lesson planning documents, such as lesson exemplars, detailed lesson plans, daily lesson logs, and other instructional planning formats, to guide classroom instruction and ensure that learning activities are aligned with curriculum standards. As we move toward the implementation of the revised kindergarten to grade 10 curriculum and the senior high school curriculum, teachers are also guided by important tools and structures such as the budget of work, the three-term school calendar, and the instructional design framework. These help teachers organize competencies, pace instruction across the school year, and design learning experiences that are purposeful, developmentally appropriate, and responsive to learners' needs. In this video lesson, we will discuss the updated direction of lesson planning for the coming school year, with focus on how teachers can design lessons that are clear, purposeful, learner-centered, and responsive to the needs of every learner. Lesson planning has always been an important part of teaching. However, under this updated policy direction, lesson planning is not viewed merely as a paperwork requirement. Instead, it is emphasized as a practical instructional tool that helps teachers organize learning goals, design meaningful activities, choose appropriate assessments, and reflect on teaching and learning outcomes. The nature of lesson planning is repositioned as a practical instructional tool, not a paperwork exercise. Teachers are explicitly trusted to use professional judgment and adapt based on learner needs and evidence. The policy encourages co-created lesson plans, LAC-based collaborative planning, and acceptance of shared outputs as valid evidence of preparation. Furthermore, lesson plans shall be used for alignment of goals, activities, assessments, and reflection, and are meant to reduce unnecessary workload. Lesson planning shall be guided by 8 evidence-based learning design principles. These principles describe the ideal experience for learners and the core features of effective instruction. The learning design principles guide teachers in creating lessons that are clear, meaningful, responsive, and inclusive. Clear goals and teaching means that every lesson begins with specific learning goals so learners understand what they are expected to learn, do, and achieve. Scaffolding reminds teachers to provide step-by-step support, such as models, examples, prompts, and guided practice, until learners are ready to work independently. Checks for understanding emphasize the need to regularly ask questions, observe learner responses, and use quick activities to determine whether learners understand the lesson or need further support. Active retrieval and spacing help learners remember better by giving them opportunities to recall previous lessons and revisit important concepts over time. Meanwhile, self-awareness and metacognition encourage learners to reflect on what they know, how they learn, what they find difficult, and what strategies can help them improve. Social learning highlights the value of interaction, collaboration, discussion, and shared learning experiences in building understanding. Values and purpose integration connects the lesson to real-life situations. Now, let us proceed to the parts of the lesson plan template and how each part may be accomplished for instructional planning. The first part is the information part. This section gives the basic details of the lesson. It includes the name of lesson, learning area or areas, designed by teacher or teachers, grade level and section, number of sessions, references, and declaration of AI use. This part serves as the identity of the lesson plan. It tells us what the lesson is about, who prepared it, who the learners are, how long the lesson will take, what references were used, and whether AI tools were used in preparing any part of the lesson. For example, in an accomplished form, the name of lesson may be identifying the author's purpose in informational texts. The learning area is English. The lesson may be designed by Ronnie Tejano for grade 6, with 2 sessions of 60 minutes each. The references may include the English 6 learners material, DepEd learning resources, and other appropriate reading materials. If AI tools were used, this must be honestly stated in the declaration of AI use, such as using AI to generate activity ideas, improve clarity, or check grammar. The next part is intentions. This section focuses on what the learners are expected to master by the end of the lesson. It includes the learning competency, learning objectives, and learner context. The learning competency comes from the curriculum. The learning objectives break down the competency into smaller, clear, and observable learning targets. The learner context describes the learner's strengths, interests, needs, and possible barriers to learning. This helps the teacher make the lesson more responsive and meaningful. After intentions, we proceed to learning experience. This part describes how the lesson will actually happen. It includes the pre-lesson and the flow. In the pre-lesson, the teacher prepares learners for the lesson by welcoming them, checking readiness, activating prior knowledge, and introducing the objectives. In the flow, the teacher lays out the sequence of activities across one or more sessions. This may include engagement activities, guided reading, discussion, group work, practice tasks, evaluation, and reflection. The activities must be connected to the learning objectives and should apply the learning design principles. The next part is learning resources. This section lists the materials, tools, and references needed to support the lesson. These may include learners' materials, worksheets, activity sheets, printed or digital texts, PowerPoint presentations, video clips, projectors, manila paper, markers, exit tickets, or online platforms. The resources should be available, age-appropriate, inclusive, and aligned with the lesson objectives. Another part is opportunities for integration. In this section, the teacher identifies possible connections with other learning areas, special topics, values, or technology. For example, an English lesson on author's purpose may connect with science by using informational texts about environmental issues. It may also connect with values education by discussing responsibility, care for others, and respect for nature. If there is no meaningful integration, the teacher may simply write not applicable. The next part is assessment. This section explains how the teacher will check what learners have learned and what support they still need. The assessment may be formative, such as oral questions, short written responses, worksheets, group outputs, exit tickets, or performance tasks. It is important that the assessment is connected to the learning objectives and that all learners are given appropriate ways to demonstrate their understanding. Finally, the accomplished lesson plan form shows how the template may be filled out in a clear, practical, and purposeful way. It is not meant to become an additional burden for teachers. Instead, it serves as a guide for organizing the lesson, aligning the objectives, activities, resources, and assessments, and making sure that teaching decisions are based on learner needs and evidence.